Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I make videos about living in, have I got my mic on? Sorry. And living in this tiny house on wheels and living a more intentional life. Today, I'm going to make a stroganoff. I'm using an old Betty Crocker recipe that I am going to veganize. Obviously, it's not a beef stroganoff. It's going to be a mushroom stroganoff. And we're not using sour cream. We're going to use some substitutions, but it's a pretty easy recipe to make vegan. If you wanted, you could find some beef strips, some substitute, some plant-based beef strips if you wanted. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use mushrooms and then serve it over some noodles. So let me show you the ingredients. Okay, here are the ingredients for the mushroom stroganoff. We're using mushrooms. These are button mushrooms, but whatever mushroom you like. 8 ounces of mushrooms, some vegan butter, I'm using Basil, some beef broth. So this Happy Cuisine is accidentally vegan, and you can find a lot of accidentally vegan beef broths in your store, or you can order it online. So some of that, some vegan Worcestershire sauce. There is a lot of debate on how to say that, but you can find these, again, accidentally vegan. Some minced garlic, some full-fat coconut milk. You'll know it's full-fat because when you shake it, you don't hear any splashing, splotching, you know what I mean. 1 large onion diced. This is about a cup and a half equals 1 large one or 2 smaller ones. Some flour, just plain white flour, and then some noodles. Traditionally, stroganoff is served with egg noodles, so I'm using these little mini lasagna noodles, little ruffled ones. Bow ties work well. Whatever noodle you like, gluten-free or regular. So these are the ingredients, and let me show you how easy this is to make. Okay, so let's get this cooking. So we're just going to turn the burner on to low and into a deep bottomed pan. We're going to add our 1/4 cup of butter. I'll let that melt. You can add less if you want, but you know, stroganoff is supposed to be rich, so I'm going to follow the recipe as close as I can with the understanding that I'm veganizing it, so it's going to be slightly different. Once your butter is melted, let's add in the 1 large or 2 small diced onions. Traditionally, I think yellow or white onions are used, but if you wanted to, you could use red, I suppose. I don't know. So we're going to let those saute until they soften a little bit, and then we'll add the some additional ingredients. In the meantime, I'm going to start the water boiling for my pasta. So those are softening, and I have my mushrooms. These are pre-cut. You could obviously slice your own. So the onions have softened a little bit, just a couple minutes. And now we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, or 2 large garlic cloves, 2 to 3 large garlic cloves. Sorry for that. I know that's loud. And now let's add in our mushrooms. The thing I like about buying pre-sliced mushrooms is that they've already been cleaned, so that's kind of takes one step off, but you know, whatever's the best price, obviously. So now I'm going to lower the heat a little bit, put it on lowest setting, cover this and let the let the mushrooms cook. Now we're going to make the creamy sauce. And the first thing we're going to do is add in a 1/4 cup of white flour. Stir that in. And it'll feel quite dry at first, but we're going to add the broth. So we want to toast off, cook off that flour a bit before we do that. All right, that's just a couple minutes that we're doing that. Now let's add our broth. We've got 1½ cups of beef broth. Let's stir this up so that we can get that flour incorporated into the broth and have it start thickening. This is also when we're going to add our Worcestershire sauce. Worcester sauce, Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how to say that. So I need 1 teaspoon of the Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to move this over to the smaller burner, because this burner is just too hot and I want this to simmer on low. Can you still see that? Yes. So stir this up in there. Now, if you are going to use a vegan sour cream, you're going to add that a little bit later. I'm going to use the, ouch. You know, I love this pan. It's ceramic coated, nothing sticks, it's really awesome size, but the handles get so hot. I guess now I know why it was on sale. I'm going to add the coconut milk. Remember, when you're adding the coconut milk, and it's full fat coconut milk, there's going to be liquid underneath this solid bit here, so just be prepared for that. My landlord is here to cut up some of the logs that he took down for this spot, so there might be some noise in the background in a little while. So now that we've added the coconut milk in there, I'm going to grab a whisk, and we're going to whisk this up, and we're going to let it simmer until it thickens up nicely. I'm going to taste it and see if it needs any salt and pepper. Let's do that. That's good. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit more Worcestershire sauce. And some pepper. I don't think it needs salt because the bouillon cubes are salty. Hold on. And I'm back. Okay. Got my mic on. We're good. So I've added a little bit more of the Worcestershire sauce, some pepper. Now I'm going to let this simmer until it is nice and thick and all the flavors have combined. So I'll see you back here in, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. We'll see. Now, in between them chainsawing, here we go. I am serving it with peas. So good. Mushrooms are amazing. And that gravy is ridiculous. I've paired it with noodles because traditionally stroganoff is served with noodles. But once these, I didn't make a ton of noodles, and once they're used up, if there's any left, I'm putting this sucker on mashed potatoes. So, super easy meal. Not complicated, and it doesn't take a long time. The longest time it takes is to simmer, so it reduces a bit and gets thicker. That is it. And it's delicious. Hearty, makes lots. The leftovers will be delicious. Yum. That's all I got to say to that, is yum. So I hope you guys try this. Let me know if you do. Let me know what you think. Guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, eat good food and be kind. I love you, and I'll see you next time. And for those of you wondering what Sophie's up to, she's having a snack. Sophie. Hi. 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 There we go. I think Sophie's lost some weight. She's looking very svelte.